Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Field. All right, this is the second flight ever on the all brand new jet. Hasn't even been released yet. Today's the 13th or the 12th of November. This is going to be released on the 15th to 24th. The tentative release date is 15/24 of November. And this is the P-51D Mustang 850mm. It's got the reflex, or not the reflex, I'm sorry, it's got the Vector 3-position switch gyro in a gyro system, which has the 3 different levels.
Stability mode.
It has a stability mode, which is self-level. You look at that elevator, it'll hold position. Then it has direct mode, which is no gyro help at all.
Dynamic mode.
And then it's got dynamic mode, which is wind mitigation, or the same thing as AS3X, or optimized mode like in the reflex world. All right,
Direct mode.
I'm going to take her up in the optimized mode or the dynamic mode. Get a feel for her again. This is the second time I've flown her after the maiden. It was very, very windy on the maiden, but a little windy now, but it was much windier then. Rates that I'm flying in today are 80% on the aileron, 70 on the elevator, and 100 over 60 XP or expo on the rudder because of the twitchiness of it. So you need a lot of expo to even out, soften out that running. Now that's my high rates. Okay, let me get behind camera, Precious, here. The low rates and mid rates are in the build video, or in the radio setup video. I love the lights on the plane. They look really good. Remember with a tail dragger, don't get in a hurry when you're taxiing. Okay. And when, like any other warbird, as soon as that, you've got to stay on that rudder when you go to take off.
Reset.
Okay. Here we go. Well, she gets up there quick. A little bit down elevator. All right. It is awfully windy, so really see that light though. All right. Let's do something different now. We're going to take her off in the self-level or the stability mode, and then land her in the same. Okay.
Stability mode.
All right, let me get out here. I personally don't like self-leveling because I don't like being able to give up control, but well,
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Well, she's pretty locked in. Gotta admit, she's locked in. Hard part is going to be trying to get her out of the sky. Well, I landed her, but I don't
Direct
like not having the control.
Dynamic mode.
All right, here we go.
Direct mode. Time remaining 2 minutes. Dynamic mode.
There. Good flying little warbird. I'm just not used to flying anything this small. Whoa. All right. Good looking little plane. Got to stay on that rudder. She's a lot of right rudder.
1 minute.
Needs a lot of right rudder whenever you first take off. Yeah.
Seconds.
'All right. I need one more.
Seconds. 10.
'Something about the littler the plane, the harder it are to land. For me, anyways.
Timer expired.
Borrowed time. There. I had to get one good landing in before I was ready to give it up. Good flying little warbird. Something this small and light, and it's actually got a lot of power for its size. A lot of power. If you're I don't know how scientific of a method this is, but I've always been told a 1-for-1 power source means it's able to hold itself in place, so enough power to hold itself. So if it wants to do more than climb out of your hand,
Motor is on.
let's see. Yeah, that's definitely more than a 1-for-1. Now, I'm probably wrong about that, but that's just what I was always told, that if it holds itself up, holds enough power to hold itself in a space, that's a 1-for-1. If it does more than that, if it's able to hover and do more, then y'all let me know what the actual term is. I honestly don't know. That's just what I've always been told. Now, something I noticed after the maiden, this landing gear will pop out fairly easily. Okay, where you pop them in when you saw the build. So I've taken some hot glue and just kind of glued them in to where I know these won't pop out on me again. Because with the 4-bladed prop, this is not going to be a belly lander. Okay, you're going to have to leave the gear on it. Okay, so otherwise you'd have to go to a 2-blade prop, and take the gear off, and that just kind of ruins the whole looks of this beautiful plane. Let's go back to battery, back to bench, and let's get a battery report. Alrighty, like I said, we were 15 seconds over on a
Timer reset.
5-minute timer, so 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Let me share my complete rates with you. There are no flaps, obviously. Okay, aileron low rates are 60% with 30% expo. That's what that looks like. Mid rates are 70, and high are 80. Okay, and that's more than enough. The elevator high rates is 70. The mid is 60. And the low is 50. Now that's by the book, based upon the measurements from millimeters into the percentages on the spectrum. And the rudder is 100% with 60% expo because of how touchy it can be. And I could actually go in there and probably put some more expo in that, because she really wants to fishtail on the runway. It's why you really got to stay on that rudder when you're taking off. Warbirds, well, really any plane, but you got to stay on that rudder. Now, she's got the nav lights, the green on the appropriate side of the pilot's right, the red on the left. Yeah, okay, I had to look at it for a second. Nice, stout hatch. I mean, it's all plastic clad in there. I'm got an AR620 in there, along with the vector system is right close to it. This way?
It's a little dark.
A little dark. Well, they can see the video, the rates radio. Now there's it's rates radio and radio rates and CG video. There's a pull tray that you pull back. Just don't pull it all the way. Just pull it so far to get your, because it's very hard to get, if you get out of that track, it's very hard to get back in that track. Ask me how I know. And how do you know? Okay. And it's got the, it's amazing. You get a $500 airplane and it has very weak Velcro. You get this plane, which I hope's not no $500, so I really don't know how much this thing is going to cost. And it's got the strongest Velcro that ever was created. So, I mean, it's got the heavy-duty Velcro. That battery is not coming out of there. It doesn't want to come out of there. All right, now you can't get this battery anymore. This is Supulse 1850C. It's an old 3S. I bought them on Amazon years ago. But 51% left. So, even after 5 minutes, on a 1800, you could get a good 7 minutes of flying, easy. Maybe even 8 minutes with throttle management. Well, that's a pretty good value for a Warbird, and it's just a good-looking little plane too. Got plastic bits all over it. Okay, but historians, y'all are gonna have to help me with that. See the insignia, the wording? Does that not say lollipop? Lolly, P-O-O-P, lollipop. I think it's supposed to be lollipop, but I was always taught that P-O-O-P is poop. So, but anyways, the only thing I've done this plane is I gave it a clear coat, and I did put the decals on the prop. It has many other decals, or I believe they're water slide, and you can add them to the plane. There's a whole section of my build video on how those decals, where to go in the manual, and but I wasn't going to put them on. I mean, there was many, probably at least 50 different decals. The CG is 60 to 70 millimeters back from the leading edge of the wing from the root here. I've got it marked there, but there's actually little CG marks that you can feel. Of course, I don't have the battery in there right now. Now, she gets sold, and this is the plug and play, so you have to provide your own receiver. She's also sold in the ready to fly, but the ready to fly is going to come with should be coming with a 1300 3S with a 25C. If you use that battery, I've got one. I put it in this thing at the house, and she will CG, but you've got to pull the tray all the way out, which I don't recommend doing. It's hard to get back in, and then Velcro that battery in, absolutely hanging off the front end, in order to get this to CG right. So you're better off just to put an 1800 in there. You'll get better flight times, better power, and let it sit evenly in that tray and slide it forward, and you won't have any problem with CG. Well, folks, there you go. That is the all brand new Arrows P-51D 850mm Mustang Lollipoop. I know it's supposed to probably be lollipop, but the way it's spelled. Great little Mustang, great little warbird. She's got the self-leveling, which is their stability mode. It's got the direct mode, which is no gyro, which is just you flying the plane. And then it's got their dynamic mode, which is the same thing as AS3X or optimized in the reflex world. Well, folks, thank you for watching. God is good. That's the P-51 Mustang Hobby Zone. Thank you for sending this plane and putting your faith in me to review a plane that's not even out yet. It's going to be out for Christmas. So y'all have a good and God bless y'all. God is good. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and Mustangs. Bye-bye.